I lied. I spent most of my life up until I went to college lying to people. What did I say? I said I had 4 brothers. I had a 19-year-old brother, his name was Christopher. I lived in a duplex in Gramercy Park. None of that is true. But why am I sharing that with you right now? Because I was constantly trying to chase something that seemed perfect.
I was a lost soul in high school. I was always a rebel. I always had my own way of doing things, and it did not bode well with the administration of my high school. It just was psychologically damaging, and it made me feel less, you know, and I feel like that's a problem that a lot of kids have as they're growing up. You know, people feel less, and they are struggling, and they don't have anybody to share their struggles with, so that they see that everybody else is pretty much in the same predicament.
As a high school student, sometimes it's hard to put up with a day and sometimes pretend that you're happy and that you want to do something, and then the other day you want to do another. And it's very inspiring to see that I'm not the only person who's actually going through this.
I grew up in the projects. My mom moved away when I was 18 years old, and I basically got to take over that apartment. And it was a blessing and a curse for me, because it allowed me to make less money and, you know, not struggle to pay my bills, but I also was kind of stuck in there.
My friend Kate, who I had worked with in restaurants, you know, over the years, she called me one day and she said, I just saw that this restaurant on the corner of my block is for sale, and we're gonna go check it out.
I couldn't tell you where I was gonna end up. I still never really knew. I knew I had a mind for business, and that was my strength. And I also I'm pretty good at coordinating. I get things done. That is my strength. And it's taken me a long time to figure that out. But if you guys, like I said, you're not gonna know, oh yeah, this is where I'm gonna be in 5 years.
No matter what you struggled through in the past, you could still make it somewhere in life.
I thought, you only live once, this is an amazing opportunity, and I'm gonna say yes to it. And it was really scary, because I had no idea what that meant, but I knew it's what I wanted. So I followed that fear, and that was, honestly, it was scary. I quit my job, this big company, where I was like, you know, I had a future, and I basically had to stop everything else in my life.
My favorite part of every story was that at some point in their lives, they actually had that somebody or that occasion that changed their lives completely, and maybe like a connection they had, and that's what transformed them, and that's how they became what they are right now.
Refine your craft, figure out where your strengths are, and continue to work on them, always. It doesn't matter if you're like Beyonce, you gotta put in the time. And when you do that, you can build a team around you to support you.
There are resources that schools traditionally do not provide, not for lack of want, but because there's strength in having partners, people who are experts in their particular fields, come and bring to life what students are learning in the classroom. It adds a different component and a level of depth that is harder to get from a textbook and from traditional methods. We're so thankful to Mayimba Music for coming today and really enriching these students' experiences, the students at UASD-YW, and talking a little bit about their struggles and challenges.
I went through a lot of hard times myself, and you know, sometimes it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you just have to have that faith in yourself and just keep doing it. Because really, when you think about it, every day we're allowed to live is a blessing. You know, there's no guarantee for us, so we have to be responsible to that.
We really do value partnership. We are very successful because of the partnerships that we do establish here at Food and Finance. And our students really did gain something, as you can see when they were departing, they were saying thank you. And it's nice for them to get a different break instead of having a daily academic routine, because real life experience is what we value and pride ourselves upon.